Have you ever wondered how many game you play? Like, what if game is like game and stuff? You would have like 3 game. I will show you the list of my gaming. Oh, sure. I have over 300 Steam games, and I was curious what out of those games I actually enjoyed. To do this, I need to look at and analyze each game. Now this is a pretty big task, and there's not an easy way to do it. Unless you follow my tips and tricks. Step 1. Go to lorenzostanky.com. Step 2. Put in your Steam profile. Step 3. Download the Steam profile and do it as a CSV. Step 4, open it in Excel and transform the data. Step 5, analyze the data. And then I also, for no reason, I made a Python script that downloads all of the banner images, but this wasn't really used for anything, so I just put it into a big GIF. Hopefully you pause on each individual frame, but if not, go back, do it again, and if you pause on each frame you get an Easter egg, so just keep doing that. Some games didn't even have any banner images, but I think those games were like betas or something. So yeah, to run down what I've done, I've downloaded my data, my Steam data, I've added a comment and a rating to each game, I created the visual in Excel, I've added some cheeky pivot tables, some formulas, and I used them to get some basic insights and then shoved those graphs into PowerPoint. Now I haven't done many data reports, so I think there's probably things that could be more interesting to focus on, but in terms of the video, I think I checked most of the interesting ones, at least to me, in terms of categories. So for now, I'm just going to read some random reviews for a 1-star, a 5-star, and a 10 out of 10 game, and then I'll let you decide which one is which.
Loadout rating 1. Comments: this must have been F2P before it died. I think LOL. Arma 2. Rating 5 comments. Old and boring. Boomer game. Among Us rating 10 out of freaking 10. Comments: goat status. I VOE a moving us. Crucible beta. Rating -1000. This game was donkey doo-doo. I am glad it failed, because if gaming went in this direction, we would all be playing games where you mine meaningless resources and shoot things in really unsatisfying ways.
So that's just an example of the data, and now we all know what's up, so let's get into it.
Let's get into it.
Watch Mojo Top 10. Genre ratings. Best rated genres.
And my top rated genres is evil shit. It's probably because I'm like messed up in the head. I like demons. I like demons.
Irritates their demons.
My favorite games are like Doom Eternal and Fallout New Vegas. And there's a lot of demons in them. I'm not sure why horse is on there. That doesn't really... I don't think I played many horse games. I did work in a horse place. And then Puzzle Pirates for the pirates, you know. Obvious. You gotta play poker somehow.
Worst rated genres.
The bad ones, basically these are all bad because I rated Crucible a -1000. Donkey doo-doo. It kind of ruined all the battle royales, but I don't think these would probably have rated any highly anyway. But I am surprised that the third-person shooter genre is so low, just because I'm a really big fan of Max Payne 3. So I guess Crucible kind of just ruined all the third-person games.
Best rated genres.
I love trains. I love tanks. I love dragons. I think I might be... epic. I love epic games. Top 10 games.
Top 10 games.
These are my top 10 games. 1. Doom. Number 2. Among Us. Number 3, OBS. Number 4, Balan Wonderworld. Number 5, Puzzle Pirate. Number 10, Haunting of Billy, because it's my name. Now, I would like to say that half of those are trolls, so I included the next 10 games to give a better list of the games I actually like. So, in this list, basically anything under Gmod or Doom Eternal is basically my favorite games that are in Steam. So, yeah. It's going to be the same for the bottom 10 games.
Bottom 10 games.
I'm not going to go through the list again because that was just cringe, but Crucible's at the top, obvious. Civ 4, Ghost in the Shell. I don't know what Sharax is. Wallpaper Engine sucks. Loadout was a game, but no one played it. Aura Kingdom is not a game. I don't know what that is. Nuts. It's like an online game. I don't know the rules, and I couldn't play it and didn't understand it. But yeah, Chicken Shoot Gold, trash. Dead Space 1 Original Edition it just doesn't work. If it worked, maybe it'll be good, but it doesn't work. So, Civ 4 is number 2 as well because nobody really wants to play old games. And I think that my Apex comment is kind of valid. It was also kind of troll. Leave in the comments, what do you think? What would you rate it? Would you hate it? Leave a like. And then we move on to the Callout Figures. So, single player games, I have the most hours because, first of all, number 1, I'm single. Number 2, I am a player. Hey ladies, haha. My average rating over the whole library is quite low, but I think it's because of Crucible. But also because most of the games are trash. And out of the whole 379 games, 57 of them were like must-play games. That's what the GOAT status means. If it says GOAT status, it's a good game. So, to be honest, some of that just depends, because like no one's gonna want to play a visual novel. But I'm just saying, like 50% of the library is like my required reading for video games. Now, this next one is called
Chart title.
This is a breakdown of all the games in my library ordered into release date. I think it's not really surprising that my gaming decade, like my big run, has been from 2010 to 2020. And this is when I was in like school and college. So I had a lot of time to play games. And not including Steam, I probably spent like generally half my life probably playing video games on like every system, because I have a PS4, GameCube, Xbox, etc. Compared to some of that, I mean, compared to some other people, it's not that bad, but it's still a lot of gaming. The amount of games that I own from each period is in the orange, while the average rating for that year is the blue line. 2020 was a bad year for gaming, but there doesn't really seem to be a reason for that, so I don't know. 2002 had a single game with a rating of 8, which means it's like one of the best in its years. Like, well, that's one of the top rated years, but also no games were released in 2002 in my Steam library. So I had a quick check of the Wikipedia page. No bad games came out in 2002, so that's pretty good. In general, 2002 had some GameCube bangers like Wind Waker, Mario Sunshine, and Resident Evil. The decade run of 2009 to 2019 also had an average of like 6s across the board. And this is actually pretty good, because if we don't use the IGN measurements, and a 5 is like actually middle of the pack in terms of like a game, then this means that these games are generally above average. Pretty good. In recent years, I've also had a lot less time to play games, so as you can see, it like tapers out towards the end. And also I've been a lot more poor, so from 2021 onwards, it's just curved out. I've been playing a lot of games from other libraries from the Steam family as well, and this list doesn't include those games, but those have just been single player games like Ace Attorney and Persona games.
Review length by character.
These are the games I had the most to say about. I didn't include the actual reviews in this section just because spoilers, I've added my listings to Google Sheets, so you can look at the data yourself, but no one's watching, so it doesn't matter. I think the only controversial game in this list is probably Hitman Absolution. People didn't really like this game, but I thought it was pretty awesome. I'm not a Hitman guy, but I think that dichotomy is probably what I was talking about in that review. Higurashi is also a weird one because it is pretty good, but it's a visual novel. I was impressed that a game that's basically a book could make me feel like anxious, and it's really low budget, so it really got its mileage out of that. These games were particularly unique or good because obviously I had a lot to say about it, and nothing on this list is bad, except maybe RuneScape, but for someone who's cookie clicker brained, I think it's pretty good.
Takeaways.
Now I know Madden isn't on this list, and the haters hate that, but if I could put it on the list, because I don't own any of it on Steam, I'd put it at number 1. But I think in general, I want to play more games, but just because I've sort of been lacking, I feel like. But since 2020, I think my priorities have changed. I have a draw to the games that I found hard, but long ago. Or I had issues playing them. So let me give you this list of games. So the games I want to play is like Factorio, well, not just play, but like complete. Factorio, TAS 100, Satisfactory, Bitburner, most of the Zachtronics games, Mugenics, Terraria, Killer 7, Danganronpa 3, Cry of Fear, Celeste, Rage, Amnesia, Moonlighter, Dishonored, Jump King. That's not a whole list, but it's just a general list of the types of games I feel like I want to go back to and give another go. Or like Terraria, Terraria I could have completed like a million years ago if I just resumed an old save, but I just restart every time, and that's why I have like 800 hours or whatever it is. I also think the year breakdown was pretty interesting because as well as the genre analysis.
Blah 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 blah.
My issue with the genres is that on Steam, they're pretty freeform, so people can do like joke tags, and they can put a lot of tags onto the game, will show up in more searches. I think if they limited it to like 5 genres per thing, then they could be taken a little more seriously, but they would never do that just because this is like the only use case where that would be useful. And I also think I probably should have excluded Crucible maybe.
Conclusion.
So that was my Steam library analysis. Like if you thought it was interesting, I think a project like this could have been better with a lot more production time. It's about 2 to 3 days of work done slowly over a month. But if I had more time and energy, I think I could up the production. I think I could up the production and include some 3D stuff. I think rendering out the environments for some of the games would be pretty awesome. And then also using a GS. That's short for green screen, guys. Just so you know. So yeah, using a GS, I think I could make it look like I'm in those 3D environments. So that would be cool. So yeah, leave a like if you eat poo, and enjoy, my friends. Alright, that's the end now.